This was the top bar, that the first one that I built, and you can see that's the first frame I pulled out, and I had to be careful. The wind was blowing really hard. Uh, it almost wanted to blow the comb off. And all I did for those was um, I ripped off some small pieces of wood, shims, my own popsicle sticks, and glued them in and applied a thin coat of beeswax, and they seem to be taking to those very nicely. Probably shouldn't have been in the hives today, but this is the last day that I can get to them for a couple days. Plus, it's supposed to thunderstorm. Something else I noticed is that the bees started at that end instead of the left-hand side, which is where I would have wanted them to start, but that's where they decided to start the comb. I was looking for the queen. All I saw was pollen and a lot of comb building. I didn't dig around in the bottom of the top bar. That's probably where she was, or either I missed her. Yeah, and they're just building very nicely. I have, I don't think you can see it in the shot, but I have a blue top bar to the left, and I checked it later, and that was a swarm that was given to me by one of the local beekeepers, and they, in just four days, have caught up with this one, which is almost 2 weeks old, and they have built, their comb is smaller, but it's just amazing how fast the feral swarms can build combs so fast. It's really interesting to see the way they build it. It's a whole new way of handling the frames for sure. Getting used to that, going between Langstroth and top bar, you have to tell yourself to be careful. You can see I'm having problems with bees. That's probably getting between the top bars. That's probably one of the more frustrating things I've noticed with the top bar. But other than that, I'm glad I did them. Notice it's a lot easier to inspect the hive. You're not cracking open large sections of their home. You're just taking out those little top bars. And I didn't have any giving me any grief the whole time. I'm looking underneath there to see if there were any more. They're working on them, but it looked like they were mostly grouped up or clustered up. So I needed to smoke it a little bit and get the bees out of the cracks so I could get those top bars back together. I suppose here another week I'll add 5 or 10 more top bars. Something interesting that I noted as well is that my follower board there, which I'm handling now, does not go all the way to the bottom, which I have a solid board on mine. And I worry about the bees going back and forth, but they do, but they haven't built any